Yeah, very good morning. Shubham, what is the question? Question well, deployment, production, remote server do not always have a GUI. Why do you require a GUI on the production environment? Yeah, you develop it and host it on the system. Then why you want the war designer to work on the server? You develop on your computer, yeah, not on the remote computer. What is the confusion? I don't understand. See, you're building an application on your machine. Finally, you're taking and hosting on the server. When you're hosting it on the server, the application runs on the server. So why do you develop on the remote environment? You don't develop it there now. Hold on. I'll show you deployment. Then you will understand. I'll show you deployment. In hosting a site, I'll show you practically in the classroom. Okay, wait. Okay. Last class where we stopped it, guys. We are just thinking about performing the operations by calling stored procedures, right? Yeah, last day, how did we do is? We have just been done all our operations by using link coding. Like we have some steps to insert, steps to update, steps to delete. You create the instance of the entity, call the insert on submit method, add it to the table, and afterwards call submit changes, save the changes to the database. This is the steps what were involved to perform our operations. So that's what we learned already. And what did I say? There we required to write the DAL class, the DAL logic. You will be writing all the DAL logic there, and you will be defining a set of methods, and those methods you will come and call from the action methods. Action methods will call the methods of the DAL. So basically, controller doesn't have the logic. Where is the logic? The logic is in the DAL. What the controller action method is doing? The controller action method is just only going to call the DAL methods. Okay? But second option, what I given you? Without doing all these things, write stored procedures. If you write stored procedures, no need to write a DAL class again, because all the stored procedures will convert into methods. You can straight away call those methods from your controller action methods. Is that clear? This is what I explained you. So let's do it today. How? First, let us write all the logic in the form of methods. Is that clear? First, let us write all the logic in the form of methods. After writing all the logic in the form of methods, we'll try calling those, let's write all our logic in the form of stored procedures. Later on, we'll convert the procedures into methods, and finally, we call those methods from the UI. Clear? Let's do it. First, let me connect it to SQL Server and create the stored procedures. That's what I'm telling. Wait, you will learn it. Wait. You don't have any knowledge on software field. Yeah, right. You're learning that. And why you're worried? Let us complete the things. I'll show you hosting. So in the hosting, we'll see how this is done. Database MVCDB, right? I want to write a procedure for selecting the data from the student table. I want to write a procedure for selecting the data from the student table. Okay, so I'm writing a procedure. You guys know how to write a procedure. So go to your management studio, open the query window, write a procedure. Create procedure student underscore select. Create procedure student underscore select is the name of the procedure. For this, I'm passing two parameters. First parameter, @SID integer, status bit. I remember in the last class, when you're fetching the data, we are fetching the data based on these parameters. Now the same two parameters I'm using here now. But see, when you define parameters to a method or a procedure, when you're calling them, passing values to them is always mandatory. Are you clear? But I want them to be optional. What do you do? Is equals to null. When I say is equals to null, now these particular parameters are going to become optional. Did you catch my point? These particular parameters are going to become optional now. So these are not mandatory parameters now. These are optional parameters. If you want, you can use them. Otherwise, you can just ignore them. Clearer? As begin. Now, when you're calling this procedure, we have two parameters now. We can use these two parameters in 4 combinations. What 4 combinations? First combination, pass value only for SID. Second combination, pass value only for status. Third combination, pass value for both SID and status. Fourth combination, don't pass a value for SID and status also. Are you clear? Already in the C# I showed you the same thing with the customer table, remember. Employee table, I think. Employee number and status we have taken there. Here SID, status. Concept is same. Okay. So how do you write the code? First option. If @SID is null and @status is null. Means what is the meaning? You are not passing any value to SID as well as you are not passing any value to status. You are not passing value for both these two, SID as well as status also. Okay, if you are not passing value for ID and status, what to do? Load all the records from the table then. Okay, how? Select SID, comma, okay, name, comma, class, comma, fees, comma, photo. From which table? Student table. From the student table. Order by SID. Order by SID. Okay. So no conditions, nothing. Else if @SID is null and @status is not null. Means you're passing value only for status, guys. You're passing value only for status. Then what is that? I'm expecting the data based on status now. I'm expecting the data based on status now. Select SID, name, class, fees, photo from student table where status is equals to @status. Status is equals to your passed value. Order by SID. Order by SID. Next option. @SID is not null and @status is null. Means now you're passing value for SID, not for status. Then what you'll do? SID, comma, name, comma, class, comma, fees, comma, photo from which table? Student table where SID is equals to @SID. No need to write a order by clause, single record fetched. Single record only now. Finally, else if @SID is not null and @status is not null. If both are not null. Or if both are not null. If both are not null, you want to fetch the data based on both the two parameters now. Now what do you query? SID, comma, name, comma, class, comma, fees, comma, photo from student where SID is equals to @SID and status is equals to @status. Done. Okay, this is my procedure. So execute, procedure created. Just test it, let's test it. How do you test the procedure? Execute, procedure name. Student underscore select. Execute student underscore select. I'm not passing any value. I got all the records. I am not passing any values. I got all the records. All the records. 4 records in the table. We loaded all the records. I'm passing a parameter. What is the parameter? @status. What is the parameter? @status is equals to 1. 1 means true. I'll get active records. Remember, 1 record is deleted, 3 are active records. 1 is inactive and 3 are active. You can see now the 3 active records. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Typed wrong. Active records. Same as that, if I pass 0 here, what I'll get? Inactive records. Right now there is only 1 inactive record. It is loaded. You can even load the data based on SID. How? Is equals to 101. Only SID. I want to load the data based on SID and status also, comma, @status equals to 1. So actually you'll be wondering here, sir, both these two are same na? What is the reference? The reference is tomorrow. Here 101 is what I passed. Irrespective of status, it will load me the data. But here it will load me the data only when the status is active. Suppose tomorrow if I pass 0 here, the data won't be loaded. But here status is not a matter. Anything, ID only. But here ID condition, status condition, both has to match to load the data. See now, you are able to call this particular procedure in different ways to fetch the data now. Are you clear? Star, select star. Have you learned SQL, Varun? In your SQL, your teacher may have taught you. Practice purpose, you can use select star, but when your application development, you should not use select star at all. Star should not be used at all. You're required to specify and list out each and every column individually. Am I clear what I'm telling you? Practice wise, select star is fine. But when you're building applications in the real time, don't use star. Tomorrow, suddenly someone looks into the code. Star means what columns are being fetched. Who knows here? The coding will not be descriptive. It's not at all going to be suggested option to use select star at any point of time. Are you getting my point here? Okay, so don't use select star at any point of time. That's a wrong way of writing the code. So never try using select star in application development at any point of time. Am I clear what I'm telling? Okay, so that's the important point. Yeah, no status in table, sir. Table has status here. My query don't have status. I don't want status. Anyhow, yesterday you remember we are not dealing with status at all in the code. Yes, sir, not. We are not dealing with the status anywhere in the code. When I'm not dealing with status anywhere in the code, then what is the point of using that status in my application now? So I don't want status in my code. I don't want status in my particular code. I don't want. I purposefully eliminated that in my query. I don't want it. Yeah, just a minute. Okay. So this is my first procedure. Second procedure. I want to write a procedure for inserting. I want to write a procedure for inserting a record. My second procedure is for inserting a record. I just want to write a simple procedure for inserting a record. Come on, let's do it. Create procedure student underscore insert, pass on the parameters. What are the parameters? At the rate SID, int, at the rate name, varchar of 50, int, at the rate fees, money, at the rate photo, varchar of, well, creating the table, how many, I given the size as 100. And guys, this photo is not mandatory for me. Last day we saw inserting records without a photograph also. That's why I'm just using null there. Means tomorrow you have a chance to call the procedure without photo also. But all mandatory, ID, name, class, fees are mandatory, but photo is only optional. You may send it, you may not send it. As insert into student underscore insert. What are the columns? SID, name, class, fees, photo. You'll be wondering, what about status? Status has default value. Remember, last class we were given default value for status. So because status has the default value, automatically default value goes into the table. Values. What are the values? SID, name, class, fees, photo. Is that clear? Execute. Done. Next, procedure for update. I want to write a procedure for update. Student underscore update. Same parameters again. Same parameters I'm using again. Okay. What do you write? Oh God, wrong guys. We made a mistake. Hey, what you're watching, guys? You don't tell what I'm doing it. Return student underscore insert and you're watching it now. Concentrate here. If I write a mistake, what are you all you people doing? Insert underscore student. Okay. Create student underscore update, same parameters. Update student, set name is equals to @name, class is equals to @class, fees is equals to @fees, photo is equals to @photo, where SID is equals to @SID. Okay. Done. What next? Delete. And coming to delete has one parameter only. One parameter. What is that? SID. And here, what do you write? That's it. Just updating the status. Updating the status with a value 0. Where SID is equals to @SID. No, sir, I want to delete. You want to delete, then write a delete statement here. Delete from table name, where SID is equals to @SID. Got it? Execute. All the procedures are ready, guys. All the 4 procedures are ready. We're just been gone for creating all the 4 procedures. Let's try insert procedure. Execute student underscore insert. What are the things I should pass? ID, name, class, fees, something. Okay, just a minute. Right now, these are the 4 records in the table, correct? Okay. ID 105. Name David. Class 6. Fees 60,000. And coming to the photo, I'm passing null. Yeah, null can be inserted in the table. Is that clear? And even I don't pass that null also, it will insert because I've taken the default value null there. That is not mandatory. That is only optional. So guys, observe. One row affected, check it out. The record should come back in the application. Is it active or inactive? Let's see. Active record. You did not pass value, no need, because while creating the table, I given default value for status as 1. So that's why automatically in the status value 1 is stored off now. Is the point clear? That's why giving the value is not mandatory there. Okay, insert is clear now. Now I want to update. What do you want to update? I want to change the name David as something. I want to change something. Underscore update. The David I'm just changing to Samuels. I'm changing to Samuels. Remaining all the values same. So now this has to update my record. Execute. Come on, let's see updated or not. Working, Next, I want to delete the record. Which record? 105. Delete. Guys, watch it. Earlier we have only one deleted record in the table. Okay, now execute. Now check it out. You have 2 deleted records in the table. Is that clearer, all of you? We have 2 deleted records in the table. Okay, so that's what. Well, I just want to do one thing. Update student set status is equals to 1. Array, I'm setting all the record status to 1 now. All are active records, there are no inactive records. Okay, now all are active records, there are no inactive records. I want to update this with a photograph. Name only image file.jpg is what I want to store there. How do you call? Student underscore update 105 Samuels 60,000 image 5.jpg. Now I'm updating the photograph with image 5.jpg now. Execute. And guys, watch. There are no inactive records, all are. Why I done it is, again, because from the application I'm going to make them inactive. That's why I just made all them as active. All the procedures are clear. I written the procedure, I executed the process and also shown you all the things to you. Come on. Let us now develop an application calling the store procedures. Okay, watch. Open a new project. Create a new project. Asp.Net web application. Next. We'll give the name as MVC with link 2. Last class I given MVC with link 1. Now I'm giving MVC with link 2. Store in our own folder. Click on the create button. MVC project. Create. What next? Add a OR designer in the project. Where? Under models folder. Come on, right click on the models. Add new item. Select data in the left hand side. Select a link with SQL classes on the right hand side. And what is the preferred name I said? Database name. What's your database name? MVCDB. Click on the add button. Add it. OR designer ready. Now open the Server Explorer. Configure your database under the Server Explorer. Configure your database under Server Explorer. Right click. Add connection. Okay, now what? Server name. Server name is server. Authentication SQL. User ID SA. Password 123. Save my password. Choose your database in the list. What's your database? MVCDB. Test connection. Click OK. Your database came here. Your procedures came here. Now, see, when you're working with the tables, what did you do? You drag this table on the left-hand side panel of the Word Designer. Now, drag your procedures on the right-hand side panel of the Word Designer. Okay? The first procedure is to_delete. Drag it and leave it on the right-hand side panel. Guys, the first object now. When you drag and drop the first object, two things will happen. Writes the connection string in the config file. Writes a default constructor in the context class. These two are same. Sir, you said that for table? No, I did not say for table. Go and read your notes. The first object can be a table or can be a stored procedure. Whatever you drag and drop the first object, these two things are mandatory. For a table, 3 steps I separately said. For every table, 3 things will happen. I said you separately for the table. Are you clearer? Okay, fine. So when I drag and drop my first object, the 2 steps will happen. Writing the connection string in the config file, defining a default constructor in the data context class. These things are happened. Okay. Now guys, one thing remember, for every table you drag and drop, 3 things gets performed now. What are the 3 things? Defines a class, properties, and in the context class, one property referring to the table. On that only we perform selecting, inserting, updating, and deleting operations. Same way, for every procedure you drag and drop, a set of actions are done. Okay, so let me explain you. What happens when we drag and drop a stored procedure on the right hand side panel of the OR designer. Okay, so what happens when we drag and drop a stored procedure on the right hand side panel of the OR designer? What will happen? Listen. When we drag and drop a stored procedure on the right hand side panel of the OR designer, the following actions are performed. Okay, what is it? Step 1. Defines a method under data context class representing the store procedure. And the name of the method will exactly be the same name of the store procedure. Is it clear? Means procedure became a method now. Guys, you know how to call a method now? How do you call a method here? Forget about this one. How do you call a method? Tell me. Create the instance of the class and call the method. That's all now. Array, now to call the procedure, you have 2 lines of code. That's all. Yeah, create the data context class and call the method. But do you remember how much coding you have written to call a stored procedure in ADO.NET? You're required to create a command class instance and pass the procedure name as a command text. You're required to set the command type property. Every parameter of the procedure should be added under the command. Input parameters, output parameters. If the procedure is a query procedure, execute reader. If the procedure is a non-query procedure, execute non-query. You need to call all these particular things to complete the task, right? Understood my point or not? So exactly the same thing we are going to repeat in this particular, exactly the steps what we done in the edu.net. But now only 2 lines code. What is first line? Create the data context class instance. Second line, call the method. Method name, person name only. Are you getting me? Okay. Generally, when you want to call a method, we'll have doubt here. So what about the parameters? What about the return types? Because we need to know all these things. Are you clear? Listen. Every parameter of this stored procedure will now become a parameter of our method. Every parameter of the stored procedure will now become, I'm sorry, will not become, it will now become a parameter of our method now. Procedure has parameters now. They are the parameters of the method. Okay, parameters of the method. That is, input parameters of the procedure, of the stored procedure, will be input parameters of our method, and output parameters of the stored procedure will be ref parameters here. Ref is nothing but in-out parameter. Na? Ref means in-out parameter. Input parameter, input. Output parameter, ref. It is ref. Step 3. If the stored procedure contains non-query statements in it, then if the stored procedure contains non-query statements in it, then return type of the method will be integer. Return type of the method will be integer. I'll show you an example. Watch. I have a procedure like this here. Create procedure. Add nums is my procedure name. For this procedure, @xint, input parameter. @yint, input parameter. @zint. What is that, guys? Output parameter. @zint is an output parameter. Now it is an output parameter what I'm using. Are you guys clearer or not? What is that? Output parameter is what I'm using in this context. Okay, is an output parameter as. Sorry, this is my procedure. Now I dragged and dropped on my web designer. Now method comes now. How the method will come? Public adding. Adding means non-query here, except to select everything is non-query. Select is only query, remaining all are non-query. Public return type is int. Return type is int. Okay, procedure name, add nums. Now, int question mark x, int question mark y, ref int question mark z. Understand why question mark? Because in database, when you are creating a procedure, did you say not null here? Array, did you say not null here? You did not say not null because you did not say not null. There is a chance of passing null value to that. Yes, are you clear on what I'm telling you? These procedure parameters are accepting null value, correct? The procedure parameters are accepting null value. Method parameters also should accept null value. But do you remember in C#, value type doesn't accept a null value. So to match it, what is it using? Question mark, int question mark x, int question mark y, int question mark z. But this is output parameter. Output parameter is now a ref. And see the return type. What is the return type? Integer. Now see, you have defined a delete procedure now. Array, you have defined a delete procedure. All of you, I'll show you the procedure signature. Can you tell me the method for it now? This is the procedure, guys. Come on, you tell me a method for this now. How the method is defined. Try, give it a try. Public delete piece non-query. So, int. Student underscore delete. Int question mark. Yes side. into question mark SID. Is it clearer, everyone? Now this is insert. Come on, give it a try. Public int student underscore insert int question mark SID. String name int question mark class decimal fees string photo. String photo. Are you clear? String photo. That is how it is going to write the method for you. Same way come to update. Come on, give a try with update also. No energy here. Why you're whispering? Public int student underscore update int question mark SID string name int question mark class decimal question mark fees string photo. These are the methods what are created. I don't have any output parameters. If any output parameters are there, then automatically it will be a rep parameter. We don't have an output parameter. Just to give an idea, I shown you this. That's all. Am I clear till now? Yes or not? But remember, if the stored procedure contains query statements in it, then return type of the method will be I single result of T. What is that? Let me clarify. You're writing a query procedure, correct? Select. Select means what it has to get you? Number of records affected. It has to get the data in a table format now. It has to get the data in a table format. Class, remember? Table of student. Table is a collection type, just like list of student is a table of student. Same way, here we have something called as, sir, what is this I single? That the interface here, that is a parent of table actually. That is a parent of table. You know that return type, you are taking the return type of a method as a string. It can return only string. But if you take the return type of method as an object, it can return anything. Parent. So same way here, what is used? Parent. So in the parent, your table can come, list can come, anything can come now. So don't bother about it. Consider like a list, that's all. Of T. What is the T? Which type? Which type? Yesterday, see? Table of student type. Table of? Do you remember that? Table of student. We converted into list of student. So which type? Student type. Are you clear? But tell me one thing. You want to just take their student type. Student class should be defined in your code or not? Come on. We need a student class to be defined in our project or not? But remember, today we did not drag and drop the table at all. What we drag and dropped is only procedures. Because we drag and drop only procedures, think now, is it going to create the student table for you? What's the what, designer? There is no student table which is going to be present here. See the left hand side empty. Means what is the meaning? No student table. Oh, student table is not there? No, we don't have a student table. Then how can it receive the data? We need the table now. Sorry, class. We need that class now. Which class? Louder. Student class. Now, if I drag and drop the student on the left hand side, student class gets defined or not? Come on, tell me. Yes, defined. With how many properties? 6 properties. Hey, saw already now. 6 properties. ID, name, class, fees, photo, status. But you are fetching only 5 columns now. Are you fetching 5 columns or 6 columns? 5 columns. But the class will be defined with 5 properties or 6 properties? 6 properties. Then how do you match? Did you get the question? Tomorrow there is a chance. What chance? My query can fetch same number of columns in the table. Then no problem. My query can fetch lesser number of columns than the table. Then problem comes. Sometimes my query can even fetch more number of columns than they are present in the table. More number of columns, how do you fetch, sir? If possible here. Suppose you have a employee table. And these are the columns. Employee number, employee name, job, salary, department number. These are the columns. Assume just these are the columns now. Okay. There is a chance I can fetch number, name, job, salary from employee. So I'm fetching lesser number of columns. Second chance, equal number of columns. Third chance, more number of columns. How can you fetch more, sir? Possible here. Comma, salary into 12 as annual sal, comma, D number. Now see, am I fetching same number of columns? See now, here you are fetching all columns. Then the class which is defined here will exactly match with that. No problem. But understand, in this scenario, and in this scenario, there is a serious conflict now. Now you understand here, if I drag and drop here, the class is defined with 6 properties. But number of columns I'm fetching are 5 only. How do you map the 5 with 6? If tomorrow I'm fetching 7 columns and here 6 property, then also problem comes now. When we don't have problem, when we fetch all columns as it is. But when we are just going to change it, problem starts. Am I clear? That is the reason why, there is no need of dragging and dropping this table at all. Yeah, no need. When there is a query procedure, with a set of columns you are fetching, based on the number of columns the procedure is fetching, what designer will define a class with the same equal number of properties? What designer will define a class with the same equal number of properties? Suppose you are fetching 5 columns. It will define a class with 5 properties. If you define if you are fetching 6 columns, it will define a class with 6 properties. If you are fetching 7 columns, it will define a class with 7 properties. And the name of the class is your procedure name result. What is the name? Procedure name result. What is your procedure name? Represents a class that is defined by the OR designer based on the number of columns being fetched fetched by the store procedure. Fetched by the store procedure. And the name of that class will be Asp name result. Whatever is your store procedure name, put it there. Afterwards, result. What is your procedure name? Student underscore select. Correct? So class name is student underscore select result. Did you understand me? Now guys, this is the select procedure. Concentrate how the method is defined for this. Look. Public. What is the return type? I single result. What will come here? Your class name. Student underscore select result. Are you clear? Person name? Student underscore select. Int question mark SID. Bool question mark status. That is what. Sir, can I see that class? Yes, you can see that class. Where? Open the Solution Explorer. Go to your models. This is the designer.cs file now. Are you clear? Expand it and see there. The class is defined with 5 properties. What are 5? Understood? So this is the class. So what I'm trying to finally tell you now, when you're designing the views, you want to perform model binding? Come on, tell me. You want to perform model binding now? Okay. This is your model class now. This is the model class what I need to use in my whole application. What is the model class? Student underscore select result. Simple class here, nothing is there. 5 fields. Property mapping to every field. You remember in the C# classes I said you, when there is a field declared mapping to property level underscore. One constructor, that's all. Nothing present there. Just a simple class, 5 fields, 5 properties, 1 constructor. That's all. Nothing more in that. If you want to see the code, you can see how. Open the designer.cs file and you can check it out. This is your context class, right? Default constructor came, see? Okay, now we have the default constructor. Apart from that, 4 parameterized constructors will be present. They are by default we have. Next, here are your methods. First method, return type. Student insert, return type. Student update. Sorry, this is select. I single result of student underscore single update. All the methods are there, see? And this is your class, student underscore select result. See, 5 fields. Next, 1 default constructor. Next, 5 properties with get 10 set. All are defined. Everything is ready. So can I start my designing work now? Yeah, you can. You can start your work now. Are you clear? Shall we try now? Come on. Let's add a controller. Add a controller. Let us name the controller as student controller. Import the model namespace. Dot models. Okay, come on. Let's try to do the work. Yesterday, in the controller, you created the instance of the DAL class, correct? Today, directly create the instance of the context class. No need DAL class. We did not define a DAL class at all. Directly context class. What is the name of the context class? Clear? Now start writing your methods. Public view result, display students. Public view result, display students. Display students. Okay. What to do? Array, you want to display the students. To display the students, you want to students means call the procedure. DC dot, okay. What is the procedure name? Employee and, sorry, student underscore select. That's all. It's a method now. And for this method, you need to pass 2 parameters, remember. What are the 2 parameters? SID and remember, they are not mandatory parameters. We can pass null also. I want to fetch all the active records. All the, then what should I pass? Null, comma. Remember, so SID is null. Status is true. Means what will fetch you? All the active records. All the active records. And remember, what is the return type of it? I single result of. student underscore select result students is equals to. That is what becoming lengthy, that's all. Yesterday is a list of students, but today, when you feel this lengthy, the simplest and the easiest option what we have is where? Implicitly typed. Are you clear? Or otherwise, what you can do, make it list. Sir, I single result now, no worries, I'll tell you. There is a direct method, already shown you this to you. What is the method? To list. Yesterday what you got? List of student, correct? Today what you got? List of. Because that's what I said to you. That is our model now. That is our model class. For all the application, that is only the model class now. Okay? To make the thing simple, what do we do? Simply where student. Now what you got? All the students now. Next. Return view. Pass students. Pass the students. Right click. Add view. Okay now? Now here, guys, choose empty and choose your model class. The model class is in the list. Watch out. Okay now? Okay, click on add button. Commit. What you'll do? INnumerable. Do you understand why I used INnumerable here? Today that is not a list here. Today that is a I single result. Then also to work because INnumerable is a parent of all collections. For all collections, INnumerable is a parent. So there, table can come, list can come, I single result can come, anything can come. Will be loaded to INnumerable. So no problem now. Are you getting my point here? What next, sir? The next thing is the same code what I explained you already in the last class for displaying all the students in a tabular format. So I'm copy pasting the view code, guys. Are you clear? The code is same. Only just the thing is maybe the model name may change. That's it. First line. One H2 element for displaying the title. Second, last day shown you table. It's a table what I have now. Next, the first row is the header row, right? Watch it. It is the same code now also. Because here we don't write model class name anywhere. Model class name is written only once. Where? On the top. We don't write model class name anywhere again now. Understood my point? Here model is student underscore select result, nothing matter for me. Here what I use is S and that directly refers to my model class. Next. A for each loop to load all the data. You can see here what I used here. And this only said you, if you feel this complex, where is the simplest option? It works. No issues at all. Okay? And see again, same story. ID, name, class, piece, photo. Next. View, edit, delete. All links I just placed here. Finally, in the last, you need one row for adding a new student, right? Adding a new student. One row for adding a new student. Okay. One thing, actually, we created this project yesterday. Yes, I created a separate project. I should have done in the same project only, but I created a separate project. Uploads folder is missing and images are missing. Did you understand me? So do one thing. What you'll do? Add the uploads folder in the project. Don't forget to add the uploads folder. Uploads. And also don't forget to copy all your images in this folder. How many students are there? 5 students, na? Again, don't complain back saying that the profile images are missing. That is a separate project. This is a separate project. So images will be missing compulsory. Copy paste. So tomorrow in real time, we develop in single project. It's only a separate project. That's all. We just to develop in a single project. So copying all the 5 images. Come to your project. Okay, now right click on the uploads folder. Oh, not giving the paste option. Okay. Not giving the paste option. Okay, no issues. Not giving the paste option here. Simple. What you do is right click, open folder in. It opens the folder. Paste. Okay, na? Did I say this? Array, that won't show here. That won't show here. I think I remember I shown you this particular option also. That won't show here. Go to the top. Show all files. Right click on them. Include in project. Even I don't include also, they will be shown for me. But tomorrow if you want to see them in the project, this option is required. Otherwise, even I don't include also, the image will be loaded. No doubt about that. Is that clear? But if you want to see physically in the folder, you can just use this option. What you will do? Select the folder on the top. Show all files. Right click. Include. Now you will have an option. Exclude. Because they're included now. That's why you'll find the option called exclude now. Okay. Run now and see, should load you all the 5 students now. See, the process of creating the views is same here. If anything new, I'll explain you. Otherwise, view code, I will take the liberty of copy pasting the code. Is that clear? I'll explain you CS code, but I'll copy paste the view code because the view code is same always. Same 5 views will repeat again here. Same 5 views will repeat. Check. Got your information? What next? View. When I click on the view, which method? Passing the yes ID. Shall we write a method? Go to controller, public, view result, display student, int yes ID. Okay, na? Where student is equals to dc dot student underscore select SID comma true. Array, that will fetch 1 record only. SID is a primary key column. How many records are fetched? 1 record. But problem is, the select query, I already said you in the last class, a single record also will come as a table. The single record also will come for you as a table. But I don't want table, I want only 1 record. So there is a direct method called as dot single. We'll pick it and return it. See, if you put a mouse on this method, if you put a mouse on your method, what are the return types? See all of you? I single result. This single record also will come for you as a list. But if you put a mouse on this, what is the return type? See? Array, student, yeah, that 1 record, not list. It is only 1 record. See, that's how you can analyze the code. When I'm writing something you don't understand, no worries. Put your mouse, start reading the description, you'll understand. When you put your mouse here, it is telling you not the student select result, it is telling you list of. I single result is a list na. List of. But when I put my mouse on this, it is not telling list of. See, it is telling only 1 student. Are you clear? It is fetching only 1. What to do? Return view student. Pass the student. Right click. Add view. Same again, empty model class. Here is the code to display the photograph. Left hand side photo, right side. ID, name, class, fees. Bottom, back to student link. Come on. Display students will launch first. Click on the view button. Back. Okay now, what next? And your student controller, public, view result. What is the method? Add student. HTTP get return view. Remember, for adding a student, blank view. For adding a student, it is blank view. Next, HTTP post, public, redirect to route result, add student, and here what should come? Model. What is the model? Array model is student underscore select result. That only I said your model is not student. We don't have student at all. Student underscore select result is a model. Some name to it. Next. Hey, remember here. HTTP posted file base. Selected file. I hope you guys remember the code for image code. Array image, present or not present, if present, what, I explained all those things. Now also that code is same. Now also that code is going to be same. What code? The code for image. Guys, have a look. If selected file not equal to null, what are you doing? You're checking for the path of the uploads folder. If not existing, you're creating and saving the file into that folder and assigning it to student. Are you clear? Now after this, a student will have 5 values. 4 text boxes are there. 5th one also came now. What next? The next step is call your procedure. Call your user. dc dot student underscore insert. All of you observe. Asking you, what is it asking? Open the mouth, yaar. Why lazy? What is that? SID. Where is the SID? Student dot SID. The SID is present in the student object. Second parameter name. Student dot name. Third parameter class. Student dot class. Fourth parameter student dot fees. Fifth parameter student dot photo. Student dot photo. Okay, so passing the photograph also there. Finally, return, redirect to action. What is that? Display students. That's all. Array, see, this is a procedure call. That's all. You are calling the procedure. What's the name? Yesterday also you called a method, remember there? But that method is in the DAL class. Today we skipped the DAL class. Did you understand now? DAL class is not there. Why? The procedure is a method now. Yesterday you written a DAL class and this method in the DAL class. Now that method is implicitly defined by the OR designer. Call the method over now. No need to write a method again. Straight away call this method. This will invoke the procedure. Pass the values to the procedure. Procedure will insert the data into table. Run and see. Oh, we did not add the view now. Oh, we did not add the view. Add student. Right click. Add view. Empty again. Let's add the view. Check. Same again here. Text boxes. Input file. Save and reset buttons. Back to the root. Call display students. I want to insert a record without the image. Can I? Yeah, you can. You can do it. See, 5 records are there. Add new student. 106. David. 6th class. 60,000. Click on save. Okay. 107. Warner. 6. 60,000. Choose file. 7 na. Save. Only pain is writing the procedures. If you write the procedures, application code becomes easy and simple. It is only one line. Call the procedure. Finish. Got the point? What next, guys? Edit. I want to click on the edit. When you click on the edit, should open a view for editing now. Okay, let's write the edit methods also now. Public, view result, edit student. Array edit requires a parameter. What is the parameter? Yes, ID. And the edit view is not a blank view. We need to first fetch the data and launch the view. We need to fetch the data and launch the view. Clearer or not? Okay. So let us do it. How? Where student is equals to, where student is equals to, how do you fetch the data? DC dot student underscore select SID comma true comma. Just now I shown you how to write the code. Getting the single record, and afterwards, do you remember this? Remember or not? Last class I explained you about this one. Why update will update off with null value, otherwise be careful, the old photograph store it in a temp data. What next? Return view. Return view student. Return view students. Spelling mistake here. Temp data. What next? Public. Redirect to route result. What is the method? Update student. What am I passing? Select result. Student. Next. HTTP posted file base selected file. Okay, now next image coding is same. So let me copy this image code, guys. Image code. This is same. But only thing is you'll write a else part now. You'll write a else part now. And you'll write, sorry, not else, else if. Else if what? Temp data of photo not equal to null. Student dot photo is equals to temp data of photo dot posting. Guys, I debugged and shown you in the last class already all these things. Have you completed with example first? Do it here. If you don't do it, you will going forward, you will face a lot of issues again. Complete off. Be up to date. That's what I'm telling you. If you're good in that, this is the same coding what you done. Only thing is model class changed. But rest of all the things are same. Now finally, what you'll do? Call the method. What is the method name? Student underscore update. What are the parameters? First parameter, ID, name, class. Array, same here. For insert also same only. Tell me. Student dot SID. Student dot name. Student dot class. Student dot fees. Student dot. Finally, redirect it to action. What's it? Display students. Display students. Okay. Come on. Let's again run. Oh, we did not add a view now. We did not add the view. Yeah. Edit. Add a view. Again, empty. Model class. Add. Create the view for editing. Create the view for editing. Update view. See, in update, I will show the old image and also I'll give an option to change the image also. Last day I shown you. Understood? And also an update button, cancel button. Updated, cancel. Okay. So display students. For one student, we don't have a photograph now. We'll update it now. See, David, edit. Choose file. 6. Update. And all of you people remember, even if I change anything other than photograph, the old photograph won't be deleted because I've written the code for that, not to delete the old photograph. Is it clear? If you want to see 104 is there, edit. I'll change the name as Smith. Update. Photograph is not disturbed because we already written the logic for that. If there is no photograph selected, send the photograph from the temp data. Send the photograph from the temp data. Last, delete. One method only for delete, correct? What is the method name here? Public. Redirect to route result. Delete student. One parameter. What is the parameter? SID. Very simple code here. DC dot student underscore delete. What do you pass? Finish. Return. Redirect to action. Which method? Display students. Finish over. That's all. Display students is the method what you're just trying to call. Come here, run the code. I want to delete the record number 2. Delete. Okay. Delete it. Record number 4. Delete. Deleted. Go to SQL. Sorry. You want to see all active records, right? 2 and 4 are deleted. Is it present in the table? Yeah, present in the table. They are present in the table. Otherwise, better write Select star from student. Check. Active and inactive records. Are you clear? Yesterday we taken a big pain for writing the DAL code here, but today the DAL code is missing. But controller code is same only yesterday's code and today's code. Only one difference we noticed. What is it? The model name is not a student. The model name is student underscore select result. Okay. Procedure call. Array procedure call is a method call only. Yesterday also method call only. Go and check. But yesterday the method is defined in DAL class, but today the method is first defined in context class. There also method call only. Here also method call only. Am I clearer? So we are done. So tomorrow what I'll teach you know, how do you work with multiple tables? Are you working only with a single table, right? But tomorrow you have a multiple tables, a join array, parent and child table, employee table, department table, parent and child table. How do I deal? How do I just work with multiple tables at a time? I'll show you in the tomorrow session. Working with multiple tables. Okay, now let's stop here. We'll continue tomorrow.